Okay, today we're going to talk about greatest common factor. All right, how do we factor by the greatest common factor? All right, in multiplication, when we multiply two numbers, they're called factors. And when we actually multiply them, that result is called the product. So, for instance, let's say we have 5 times 4. 5 and 4 are said to be the factors, while 20, their product, is called the product. All right. If we reverse the problem, 20 is equal to 5 times 4. So that means 5 and 4 are the factors. All right. So we factored 20 to get 5 and 4. All right. So the greatest common factor is the highest number that divides exactly into two or more numbers. Remember, the product are numbers you can multiply together to get another number. I'm sorry, guys. That's the factor, not the product. The factors are numbers you multiply together to get another number. So, for instance, when we had 20, right? That was the result. But we multiplied 5 times 4. So, the factors of 20 in this situation is 5 and 4. All right, those are examples of factors. Okay. All right. So, for example, let's say we have 12. All right, the factors of 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And you may be like, if I multiply all those together, miss, I am not getting 12. That's true. However, if you take 1 and multiply it by 12, you're going to get 12. If you take 2 and multiply it by 6, you're going to get 12. And if you take 3 and multiply it by 4, you're going to get 12. So what we've just done here is listed all the factors of 12, right? We just didn't group the things together, the factors together, because we went from least to greatest. But these all are factors of 12. So let's do some examples. It says list all the factors of each term. So we have 49. All right. 1 is always going to be in the number because we can multiply 1 times the actual number we're working with to get that number. So 1, right? 49. All right, we know that works. 2's not going to work. 3's not going to work. 4's not going to work. 5's not going to work. Neither is 6. But 7, that could work, right? 7 can work because 7 times 7 is 49. And no, we don't have to write 7 twice. All right. I don't think there's anything else that's going to give us 49. So our factors are 1, 7, and 49. Those are the factors of 49. Now in number 2, we have 64, where let's say we have 1 and 64, right? And then 2 can definitely go in here since we have an even number on the end. So 2 times 36 is definitely going to be a part of that. 3 is not going to be a part, but 4 can. 4 times 16. 5 is not going to be a part. 6 is not. 7 is not. 8 can. And that'd be 8 times 8. There we go. Let's see, 12. Yep, 12's not. This is it. These are all the factors. So the topic today, though, is greatest common factor. So where does that come in? Well, if we go down to these next set of problems, it says, find the greatest common factor of the examples below. So let's say we have 81 and 36, right? Well, we take the factors of 81 and then the factors of 36, and we see what the greatest common factor between the two is. So 81, of course, we know 1 and 81 are common factors here. 2 doesn't work. 3 can work. That's 3 times 27. 4 is not going to work. 5 is not going to work. 6 is not going to work. 7, 8, 9 will. And there we have it. For 36, that would be 136, of course. 2 times 18. 3 times 12. And then finally 6. Now, what's the greatest common factor between the two? Seems like the only factor between the two. Well, no, there are 2. There's 1 and there's 3. There's 1 and there's 3. So 1 is a common factor, but the greatest common factor is 3. And that's what we're going to settle on. 3. Okay, that's what we're going to settle on. So we're going to do the same thing for 48 and 54. Of course, we know we have 148. 2 times 24. May have to space this out a bit. Three times 16. 4 times 12. 6 times 8. think that's it right there, guys. That's quite a bit, isn't it? All right, so that's all for 48, right? That's 48. What about 54? Well, we know we got 1 in 54, 2 in 27, 3 and let's see. Is it 18? Yes, it is. All right, so 3 and 18. 4. Yeah, 4 and 54. That doesn't work. 5, no. 6, yes. 6 times, 6 and 9. And there we have it. So what is the greatest common factor? A couple of common factors here. 1, 2, 3, 6. So the greatest among those numbers we just called out is 6. So that's the greatest common factor. All right, we're going to talk about the rest in class. We're going to talk about number 5 and how do we do this in a calculator.